Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today's video is going to be an elf on the shelf ideas video for 2020. There's quite a few of them, so I won't keep you long, but this is my first year doing this. If you're new here, I have a 13-month-old daughter. Obviously, we didn't do it last year. She was only 4 weeks old when Elf on the Shelf kicked off. There's also not a real big point in doing it this year, but I'm excited to do it, so we may as well. This video is part of my Cheap or Free series. Basically, I wanted to make sure that this activity that I was doing for Sophie did not cost me an arm and a leg. I want to make sure that it doesn't cost an arm and a leg for you guys, that it doesn't break the bank, especially at this time of year. You don't need the time, the hassle, or the money spent on it. So this is what this video is about. If you do want to see the specific ideas that I do pick for my daughter this year that I'm probably going to redo for next year, make sure that your notification bell is turned on, because I will be doing Vlogmas this year where I'm uploading every single day from December 2nd to December 25th. Clearly, if you're not already, make sure that you're subscribed. All of the items will be listed in the description box below. And with all that said, let's just get straight into the video. First one being for December 1st is I'm back. You could write that in flour, you could write it in desiccated coconut on the floor, you could write it in Skittles, you could write it on a little post-it note, but just something to be like, hey, I'm back. Number 2 is one that you could probably only get away with this year, is quarantining for 14 days. So he has to sit up on the shelf or anywhere you pick. You can place him inside of a little jar. I've seen those on Facebook Marketplace. And yeah, he has to sit there for 14 days and he can't move because he's quarantining. He came from the North Pole. Number 3 is a letter to Santa to let them know what they would like for Christmas, to let them know that they're excited about Santa coming. Number 4 is their goals, hopes, and dreams for 2021. I really like this idea because I know that the letters to Santa isn't always for everyone. Some people like to have their letters to Santa and their wish list way earlier than that. Writing goals, hopes, and dreams for the following year is super important to me, and that's something that I'll be making sure that I follow on with Sophie. We may as well make it a part of the Christmas tradition. Number 5 is a baking disaster. You could just like chuck some flour around. You could always just chuck some sprinkles around or something like that. It doesn't have to be messy, but like the funner, the better, I suppose. A good idea is to have them trying to make some cookies, and they've clearly failed, because number 6, you could have the next day where the elf has clearly made the cookies correctly. You could make them be like some healthy cookies, you can make them be sugar cookies, but have them so that your kid is able to decorate them the next day. Number 7 is making their own bauble or ornament. I really love this one. We'll be doing it every year. I did it last year for Sophie. You don't have to spend any money on this. You could get some pieces of paper, you could color it in, you could get some colored paper, cut fun shapes out of them, put a hole in it and stick some string through it, stick it on your tree. Bob's your uncle. But we found these at Coles, $3, bargain. These were at Kmart last year, but you can always just get clear plastic bubbles from Lincraft, Hobby Lobby, eBay, Amazon. Number 8 is tipping the tree. I think that one's really fun. Number 9 is having your elf tangled up in the Christmas tree. I'd probably recommend having him tangled up in the lights for this one. Number 10 is having him tangled up in string throughout the house, so you could place him anywhere. You could use these kind of string beads, like the garlands, or you could just use regular string you have around your house. You could pull some off your shirt, you could get some from your sewing kit. Number 11 is having some coloring pages that you either have already around the house or that you print out ready to go, just an activity for them for the day.
Number 12 is your elf doing some coloring themselves.
Number 13 is one of my favorite ones, which is a letter from Santa, which includes a little part about clearly how excited they are to come and to stay on the nice list, but more importantly, that they should be donating some of their toys to the kids that are less fortunate, that aren't going to get as many toys from their mummy and daddy this year, and how important that is. So that'll definitely be something we do every year, is a letter from Santa. Number 14 is elf pancakes. So clearly he's made them throughout the night for Bubba in the morning, but the idea that I had was that they're tiny little mini pancakes. Number 15 is your elf being an ornament on the tree. That's why I said it's probably a good idea to have them tangled up in the light. Number 16 is a great one. It's elf exercise. I did see some photos. You could just Google it, you could YouTube it. Pinterest has some photos, but you could even make up these on your own. You could have the elf write out the exercises that you should do. You could just have the elf doing an exercise with a post-it note saying, hey, let's do some exercise this morning, and then you and your child do them together, but great one. Number 17 is stuck in the TV YouTube video. Just check it out on YouTube, but basically the elf is stuck in the TV and not sure how he's gonna get out. That one's a cute one, quick and easy, so simple. Number 18 is kind of the same thing, but it's caught on film. So you could have your elf just sitting next to your computer or next to the tablet or something like that, and the video ready to go of it being caught. Now, you could film this yourself if you wanted to, if you were creative enough, but it is already on YouTube. There's plenty of them there. Number 19 is a Christmas wrapping disaster. You could have that just be a small little mess in the corner, or you could make it a big extravagant thing. You could wrap the entire dining table. You could have it going up the walls. You could get really creative with that one. Number 20 is your elf successfully wrapping something. Number 21, you could have your elf sitting there with a small gift for your child. This is great for encouragement to stay on the nice list if they've been really good this year. Number 22 is your elf on strike if they've been naughty. So if your child's been a little bit cheeky lately, you could have a little picket sign where you've just done a toothpick stuck to some paper where it says I'm on strike. You need to start being better for mum and dad, or I'm going back to the North Pole, and that's it. Number 23 is switching out a photo. So you take a photo of your elf and you switch that out for a family photo around the home. I think that one's really funny. It would probably take them a little while to find them on the framed photo and then to see that the photo's actually changed. Number 24 is hiding ornaments. So you could have a couple of ornaments hidden around your living room and then just a note to say how many and that they've got a certain amount of time to find them. You could have a lot of fun with that one. Number 25 is the same idea. I saw it as hidden candy cane. No, you could use chocolate, you could use lollies, you could use anything you like with that one. Number 26 is leaving some paper by your elf with some colored textures and things like that to make Christmas cards. Now, if you didn't want to make Christmas cards, you could always just buy a pack and then have them write Christmas cards to friends and family members. Number 27 is your elf has made them lunch for the day, but have it be a bad one. So I don't know, just grab a can of baked beans and I don't know, your crushed ginger or something like that you've got in the fridge and say, here's your lunch. Number 28, you could have the next day a packed lunch, but have it be a good one. Number 29 is one I saw on Pinterest. It's a cute idea. It's having a whole bunch of cans laid out like a little drum set and have your elf in a rock band. Number 30, hiding in the freezer. Number 31, hiding in the fridge. Number 32, supplies to make a gingerbread house or men. Number 33, the next day you could have your elf eating the gingerbread. Number 34 is celebrating a birthday. I'm sure that people that do Elf on the Shelf who have an immediate family member inside their house already do this with a birthday in December, but maybe think about someone who isn't in your household, someone like a friend or a family member, and have your elf celebrating their birthday when they wake up. Number 35 is having your elf be a little bit cheeky and drawing on the bananas. Number 36 is the same kind of idea, but specifically drawn minions on your bananas from Despicable Me and have that next to your elf. Number 37 is you could draw on the eggs inside your fridge, and then you could even swap out one of the real eggs for maybe a chocolate egg or something like that as a little treat for them. Number 38 is a letter from Mrs. Claus asking to please don't forget the cookies for Santa for Christmas. Number 39, same idea, but a letter from head elf asking to please don't forget about the carrots for the reindeer or any other kind of treat that you leave out for the reindeer. Number 40 is a simple one, but writing something around your home as if like the elf is sitting on the item and writing it. So we have a couple of reindeers that we put out at Christmas time, but obviously if you have children, you would probably have some dinosaurs or some ponies or horses, something like that around the house, and you could just have your elf simply sitting on the table riding your horse. 41 is a snowman TP. Now this one's a great idea to do before you TP the tree because you're going to want to draw the face of the snowman on the TP, and so you could always just chuck that over the tree. If you don't know what I mean by like a snowman TP, just Google it or Pinterest it. A couple of photos will come up for you, but basically it's 3 rolls of TP and you've drawn on some eyes and the buttons, and then you stick on a little orange nose. Number 42, going to the toilet. This is a great one if your child is at the stage where they're still potty training. Number 43 is having a shower. Number 44 is having a bath. Number 45 is your elf having a game night with some other toys around the house. Number 46 is your elf teaching those toys. So it could even be something that maybe your child's lacking in schools, like me, math. So you could have it be like a math equation up on like the wall or something like that, and then you and your child could solve that together. 47 is a little DIY countdown to Christmas. You could just have some scrap bits of paper. You could just have literally like a DIY little calendar sheet where you've just crossed out the days and where you're at. I saw one where it's like the chain links. So like you have day 1, day 2, day 3 in the chain link, and then you have that next to your elf hung up. Again, another really creative one. 48 is supplies to maybe start their own garden. Number 49, if you already have a garden, you could just have some carrot seeds left next to your elf so that you and your child could plant those together. Number 50 is the elf doing a drawing or painting as a self-portrait. Number 51 is you could have your elf swinging from a toilet paper roll, so probably the one that you used on your tree. You could just get some string and hang that through it and then have your elf sitting on it like it was swinging. Number 52 is you could have your elf on a sled. Now this one you could just easily do by grabbing a shoe or maybe a tissue box, but I saw a great one where you just get 2 candy canes and you put it on either side of your elf so it looks like a sled. Number 53, you could have your elf stuck in a Christmas stocking. Number 54, you could have your elf begging for cookies. Now this doesn't have to be cookies, this could be them begging for something like your child's favorite food or a fruit or even just an activity to do. Number 55 is a great one if you have dogs, is where the elf has accidentally eaten the dog biscuits. Number 56 is your elf sitting at your computer writing a letter to Santa saying, hey, I was just too tired today, I couldn't make it back. Or you could say I got stuck in traffic. Or it'd be a great one, I suppose, if you spent the night out at a friend's place or something like that, you come home late and you just don't want to have to bother with it. You could just leave your elf set up there with the computer in the morning, quickly type out, hey, sorry, we were at a friend's place last night, got really late. I'll check in with you tonight, everything's fine. Number 57 is your elf sleeping. You could just have that on the couch. You could also make a bed, have that be a shoebox or a tissue box, something along those lines. You could use a dollhouse bed if you have one of those lying around. Number 58 is your elf set up having a movie night. Now if you wanted to go a little bit further with this one and step out of the cheap or free zone, you could have a movie that they've really wanted to see or something like that ready to go, so that you guys can have a movie night together that night. Number 59 is a pamper night. Again, if you want to step out of cheap or free, you could have some pamper items for you and your child to do that night. This isn't just a girls' activity, you could have this for your boys' night. Everyone needs to have their nails clipped, everyone loves a massage. You could completely make this gender neutral. Number 60 is your elf sitting there playing with your child's favorite toy while eating their favorite snack. Number 61 is your elf making snowmen out of marshmallows. Number 62 is you could have your elf having a bath in marshmallows. This is great if you have your little mini marshmallows. Number 63 is a great one if you're going away, if you're over it, if you have other plans, just having a busy month. And that's a little doctor's note next to your elf saying that they're not allowed to move for 3 days, they've come down with a cold or they're just not feeling well. You can get creative with that one as well as to how they're sick, but a doctor's note saying they can't move for 3 days. Number 64 is you could make or buy some outfits for your elf, and this one, again, you're gonna have to get a little bit creative because once you get the outfits, you still kind of need them to be doing an activity. So again, take that one with a grain of salt. Number 65 is doing laundry, and that one's great if you already have some elf outfits lying around, but clearly they could just be doing your child's laundry. Number 66 is using your child's toys, using doll props, using little army men figures, using that to integrate into your ideas. I'm sure that you have 1,000,001 different toys lying around. Number 67 is playing with Lego. Number 68 is the elf has gotten into dad's shaving kit, so you could put a little bit of shaving cream around the mouth. You could have them holding the razor. Number 69 is when you've done a couple of naughty things like the TPing the tree, the baking disaster. You could have your elf be in the naughty corner. Number 70 is your elf looking inside of a gift bag, trying to sneak a peek at the presents. Number 71 is fishing in the sink, so you just need a toothpick or a bamboo skewer stick. Grab some string, you could even put a little bit of bait on the end, have them sitting in your sink, sweet. Number 72 is your elf making snow angels. This is a great one again for desiccated coconut or flour. 73 is your elf being caught eating chocolate. You could have some chocolate around their mouth, that'd be really cute. Number 74 is doing chores, and I don't know, they could be showing your child how it's done. Number 75 is just a little reminder note. Now this could be if your child has been great or bad, it could be a reminder that they're doing a good job, that they're not doing a good job, that they need to keep on that nice list if they want to be getting presents from Santa this year, and that spending time with friends and family is the most important part. Okay, the food's the most important part. I'm joking. And last but not least, number 76 is see you next year. You could have this written down on a piece of paper, you could have it written in the flour or the coconut, you could have it where he's packing up his clothes, ready to go back to the North Pole. You get really creative with that one too. So make sure you leave me all of your elf on the shelf ideas in the comments below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. If you're not already, subscribe, and I'll see you back here in a few days with a brand new video. Bye!